So, you used to watch VH1's I Love the 80s? Okay, Greg Fitzsimmons, let's do this. Because you can't get enough 1983. Because you secretly think you can kill the Grim Reaper and take his place. Admit it! This is THR's I Ate the 80s.
When I was a kid, there were three major video game console makers: Nintendo, Sega, and Atari. Nintendo, you got Mario and Zelda. Sega, you got Alex Kidd and Wonder Boy. Yeah, Sonic hadn't come along yet. And with Atari, you got Pac-Man. I used to think of Pac-Man as being Atari's mascot, even though he was marketed here in America by Bally Midway and created by Namco. But I wasn't totally off the mark, because during the first wave of consoles in my lifetime, the wave that included the Atari 2600, the only place to get Pac-Man was on Atari. The other systems had to make do with knockoffs like KC Munchkin and Mac-Man. Now, Pac-Man and I are the same age, but unlike me, Pac-Man was the very first real video game star. So of course he had his own cartoon. Why wouldn't he? The weird thing about this cartoon is that although Pac-Man was created by Namco, about half the characters in this cartoon were created by Bally Midway. See, Bally Midway had kind of a bad habit of making new Pac-Man games and not necessarily giving enough credit to Namco. Namco let them get away with it once when they gave them Ms. Pac-Man for free, but after that, Namco was like, screw you guys, we're going to start marketing this ourselves. This book, Ms. Pac-Man's Prize Pupil, is a good example. Pac-Man himself is in it, barely, as are the familiar ghost monsters, Inky, Pinky, Clyde, and Sue. Blinky seems to have overslept. But the story is really about Ms. Pac-Man and Baby Pac-Man. So that's Ms. Pac-Man and Sue, both of whom debuted in Ms. Pac-Man, the game that Bally Midway made without Namco's approval, and Baby Pac-Man, who debuted in a pinball game that Bally Midway made without Namco's approval. And yet, Namco went on to make Pac-Land, which was a video game adaptation of this cartoon based on a video game. Anyway, Ms. Pac-Man's Prize Pupil. From the sound of the title, I thought it would be about Ms. Pac-Man entering a biggest eyeball contest at the county fair or something.
The sun was shining brightly when Ms. Pac-Man said goodbye to her husband.
"I'm taking Baby Pac-Man for a walk," she said. "It's a perfect day for me to teach him some things he should know."
But four nasty ghosts, Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Sue, were ready to follow Ms. Pac-Man.
Wait a minute. No, that's Clyde.
"We must steal the power pellets Ms. Pac-Man has in her purse,"
Inky whispered. It takes four terrifying ghosts to do a purse snatch.
The hidden ghosts were quiet as Ms. Pac-Man began giving her baby lessons.
"That is an oak tree,"
said Ms. Pac-Man.
"and those bunches of leaves over there are called bushes. But you must never go near those bushes because they're poison ivy."
"No!" cried the four shocked ghosts.
"We're not hiding poison ivy!"
Ms. Pac-Man heard the ghosts and began running.
"Don't worry,"
she said bravely to her child.
"I'll teach you how to go through the spiderweb maze." Probably the most clever part of this book is that it actually has little mazes for you to do, so it actually sort of ties in with Pac-Man.
Who's going to help Ms. Pac-Man and Baby Pac-Man? If they come out the wrong exit, a huge spider will get them. Will you please use your finger to lead them to the safe exit?
Who owned this book? Shurzy Lewis? Shurzy, it said to use your finger. Yay! So they get away, but the ghosts almost don't. Snap went the spider's huge jaws. Ooh, one of those six-legged spiders with incisors. Those are the worst. Ms. Pac-Man was also running. Those dark clouds forming in the sky mean that a big storm is coming. Oh gosh, we must use the big slide maze. It's the quickest way home. This maze is harder, so it looks like Shurzy didn't scribble on it as much. If Ms. Pac-Man uses the right slide, she and Baby Pac-Man will land on a soft pile of hay. If she uses the wrong slide, they'll land painfully on a bunch of porcupines. Landing on a big pile of porcupines is a little more Mario-esque than Pac-Man-esque, really. Soon after, the ghost came tumbling down the big slide maze, and they all landed on the stinging needles of the porcupines. Man, look at those jerk porcupines. They were waiting all day for this, weren't they?
Hey, Fred, what do you want to do?
Hey, why don't we stand at the bottom of a slide and puncture people's butts? Ms. Pac-Man was far ahead of the ghosts, but she was still worried about the storm.
We must get through this swamp maze quickly before the storm gets worse.
This is weird. The swamp maze has a big void at the center. What is that? Is that where they're going to build a new shopping center or something? Hooray! Shouted Ms. Pac-Man. In no time at all, she had traveled through the last maze with her child. And now she's riding on a log, and the ghosts are getting attacked by an alligator. Wait, did she take a shortcut home through Frogger? Ms. Pac-Man was very excited when she arrived home. I taught our child about trees and plants and clouds and mazes. Aren't you glad you don't live in a world where your mom has to teach you all about mazes? So now the ghosts are out stuck in the rain and they didn't get the power pellet, so now they want to climb down the chimney. Just as a tornado is coming right for the house. Meanwhile, the Pac family is staying inside the house obliviously, congratulating themselves over and over again.
Who taught baby Pac-Man to wave goodbye?
I taught him.
And the tornado miraculously takes the chimney and nothing else from their house. You know, I'd think that was unbelievable, but that probably happens all the time in Pac-Land. As a matter of fact, it probably happens every 2 mazes you complete.